Hi, Tyler from Innerfidelity here. Today we're going to talk about a pretty special headphone, really. This is the new Focal Elear. This is a $999 headphone, $1,000 headphone. I've been waiting a long time for a $1,000 headphone that I thought was really good, or sub $1,000 headphone, and by $1, but it's there. This is a full-size open headphone. It's very nicely constructed. You can see the styling is really just superb. It's all metal and leather and microfiber pads and memory foam and so on and so forth, but it is just so exquisitely built and designed that it just feels like a great solid headphone. So it's very nice build quality here. I would say the only thing that's a little odd is the cable is heavy and thick, and it can drag around a little bit, but that's the only comfort thing I had, and that really wasn't too much of a deal. The cable is attached to the earpieces by two 3.5 millimeter mono mini plugs that go into these large openings here, so it wouldn't be too hard to retrofit some aftermarket cables to them. But the cable that comes with it is really nice. It's 13 feet long, low capacitance and crosstalk between channels. It has a nice connector on the end. It's a twin lead, so that you can, if you want to make a balanced cable, you can cut the end off it and split the leads and have two 3-pin XLRs, or make one 4-pin XLR. But it's a pretty nice 13-foot long cable. The thing about these headphones is they're so dynamic and punchy. I don't think I've ever heard anything as punchy and dynamic as these headphones before. And one of the reasons why they're so unusual is that they've got a completely redesigned driver, brand new driver design from Focal, and you can't really see it, but it has a very large opening on the rear of it to allow air to escape from the driver. It uses a magnesium aluminum alloy dome, they call it, as opposed to a diaphragm, because it's a stiff dome. Has a very thin surround out around it that allows it to do very long excursions, and it has a voice coil without a former on it. It's just the wire itself that's adhered and glued together as an assembly. So it makes for an extremely light and responsive diaphragm, and it must be that, because the Utopia has it too, and I've really not heard it on another headphone having this kind of slam right across the board, all frequencies. Piano keys, if a key gets struck hard and you got the volume up, it just about blows an eyeball out. It's just an astonishingly dynamic headphone. The tonal profile is very nice. It is an open acoustic dynamic driver headphone, so you do have the beginning of some roll off down in the bass, but just a little bit. The bass extension is actually quite good for a dynamic drivered open headphone. It's stunning, stunningly good. So good bass response. I could use it maybe elevated 2-3 dB below 150 hertz or something like that. But I have to say, even though it measured essentially flat, the bass was far more present and impactive than I would have expected. So it's one of those things. It has this an enormous dynamism, and it really brings a lot out from in the music. Mid-range, bass to mid-range transition is seamless, and the mid-range is absolutely gloriously smooth and fairly on target all the way up to the 3.5K point where you have the concha peak. I would say it maybe could use a little more emphasis between 1K and 3K, maybe just a little bit. And it causes wanting just a little bit more of that causes it to have a little bit of a relaxed sound. Above 3.5K, it's probably 1 or 2 dB low over the treble range, but otherwise a pretty good profile. So it's a slightly laid back sounding headphone, but relatively slightly. The Utopia, its $4,000 big brother, is more on profile, and it does a little bit nicer job in bringing out that presence region and the treble sparkle. There is a spot at 10K on the Elears that it's a little too emphatic, and it took me a while to actually hear it because it's not too bad, but listening to pink noise, I could pretty easily pick it out. I did EQ it out with my parametric equalizer, and I found that I preferred the un-EQ'd version. The EQ'd version just left me a little bit flat, you know. So it's one of those things, you add an EQ, you add some filtering, and you may fix something, but you may drag something backwards at the same time. At any rate, I felt that these were so close that I was just fine with it. But there is this little zazzy bit at 10K that is apparent if you listen for it all the time. But for the most part, this thing just, when I first got it, it was, the punchiness was the thing that got me. It was just overwhelmingly dynamic almost. I almost, it took me a while to get used to it. It takes me a while to set the volume just right, too loud, and it's just too punchy in your face, and then get it to the right level and everything just pops. So really a great sounding headphone for $1,000. This baby is definitely going up on the wall of fame. Oh, I should show you that the ear pads come off very easily, and you can see through the screen right there that it's a very open design behind it. But and that's the front of the dome of the driver. And the ear pads go right back on like that. At any rate, this baby is definitely going up on the wall of fame. If you're looking for a $1,000 headphone, if you don't want to, well, if you're looking for a $1,000 headphone, or even headphones over $1,000, this is definitely one to consider. It's going to go up on the wall of fame. It's definitely going to knock a couple of headphones off the wall. By the time its big brother, the Utopia, gets up on the wall, it's definitely going to knock some headphones off the wall. These two headphones are game changers. Everybody is going to be playing catch up with the superbly powerful sound that Focal has managed to get out of these headphones. It's in a lot of ways, it's like going from a desktop near field, you know, two-way system to full-size floor standers in a room. It is kind of that eye-opening, at least to me it was. Yeah, I think if you want to spend $1,000, this is the way to go at this point. We'll have to see how the Ether Flow comes out, because it's pretty good too, but I don't know. This is really, really good. At any rate, I hope you get a chance to listen to one of these soon. They should be starting to be available in the United States within the next few months, and I think they're going to sell out really quick, so you probably end up having to get in line somewhere to get your hands on the new Focal Elear. And I hope you get your ears on some tune, because it's a worthy listening experience. All right, thanks, and we'll see you next time. Oh, I forget. This headphone's got me all kerfuffled, I tell ya. It does also come with a presentation case box, and has a magnetic opening on here, and a big foam cutout for your headphones, and enough room to store the gigantomous cable. All right, now that I've flubbed that up completely, we'll see you guys next time.